tunatafuta yule aliyeumba mbingu, Mungu mkuu, muumba wa vyote.
Kupitia kila andiko na kurasa, tunatafuta ukweli usio na mwisho. Lakini tumaini lina jina na lina sura, neno alitwaa mwili, amejaa ukweli na neema, zaidi ya mawingu ya shaka na hofu. Yesu ni Bwana, upendo wake uko hapa. Hajapotea kaburini, hajasahaulika mchangani. Mwokozi alifufuka kwa mkono wa Baba. Kwa maandiko na mantiki tunasimama, tukishikilia tumaini letu imara. Hili tumaini lina jina na lina sura, neno alitwaa mwili, amejaa ukweli na neema, zaidi ya mawingu ya shaka na hofu. Yesu ni Bwana, upendo wake uko hapa.
I've got Hamid, and then I'm gonna bring up my friend Ray. Hamid, how you doing? Let me fix this layout, guys, and then we can all be on screen. Hamid, you're on stage.
Yes, thank you, Avery. How are you, man?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. What's going on?
Nothing much. Just talking about this little Quran problem that we're seeing.
Okay, before going to that, I want to hear your thought about the recent events, about these debates that's going on. What do you think about those?
Recent debates?
Yeah, like
which ones? Which ones you talking about?
The one that you had with Mama Hijab, and
Oh,
there was
share your thoughts, Avery.
you're asking me how I think that went?
Yeah, like what is the fruits of that? Like,
oh man, so much. Are you kidding me? There have been so many Muslims in the comments section that were calling out Muhammad Hijab for his character, seeing him for what he really was, and then also recognizing that, wow, like the argument that I brought up, like for example 1094 about the Islamic dilemma, it actually has some ground, and because he couldn't answer it, I had scholars backing what I was saying up, and so we had a lot of Muslims calling it out and hitting our comment section saying how much they learned and that they didn't know this, and it's been a huge boost in the ministry and with exposure.
because what I'm interested is to, like, we have our disagreements. It's clear that we disagree, and how long we're going to disagree, only God knows. But what I'm interested is that how can we bring the two communities together? Like, why people should need to hate each other. For example, when I watch Sister Christina, your wife, with Kuwa,
yeah,
I really enjoy that. Like I felt myself like there is an environment of sisters from two different perspectives. Each, what is important that in this today's world that we are living, especially in the West, where everything is ungodly and things are going to lose their meaning. So we still have these sisters who come together, but after that, you can see that sometimes people like I don't know what what should be done. Like,
Well, here's number one. I think the first thing that could be done is to denounce Islam, because the second that Muslims do that, you'll be able to work with other people in your society that are non-believers, because Islam, like if you're talking about the religion itself, Islam tells you to disrespect us. It tells you to think of us as the worst of creatures, to impose yourself upon us. That's what your religion teaches, bro. So you can't unite. It's hard. It's going to be hard for a community to unite with another community that wants to kill them. You know.
But do you believe that religion is interpretation?
No. I believe that the religion is what it is. You know, and so I'm not saying that.
Don't say that.
If you go with like Muslims that interpret these verses and take them literally and be like, yeah, this is what Islam is, I think that they're following Islam. I think the Muslims that are level-headed and polite to others and respectful to other religions, I do not think that they're following Islam accurately, to be real.
But how should, for example, I think that I follow the book. I think that I try to live a good moral life. But like as you can see, people disagree even within the same community. So we have Christians who disagree about the nature of who God is and so on. So if you think that like someone like me who try to be nice doesn't follow Islam correctly, in what way should I know that I follow it correctly or not?
Let's do a little test. Do you think that I am the worst of creatures?
No.
Okay. So in chapter 98, verse 6 of the Quran, it says, those who disbelieve among the Jews and Christians and the polytheists, they will have their abode in hellfire. They are the worst of creatures. So right now, for you not to think that I am among the worst of creatures, worse than Satan, you are not following your religion correctly.
But let me tell you my understanding of that verse, and if you think that I make mistake, then you please correct me.
Sure.
When we read that verse, it says that those who disbelieve among the people of the book. So it doesn't say like the people of the book. It says those who disbelieve. In other words,
that'll be me.
It says that those of them who reject faith among this group, the people of the book, they are the worst of creatures.
Yeah.
So, for example, the reason that I'm saying that you are not the worst of creatures, because I don't know what is your rejection based on. Why do you reject Islam? And only God knows that. I don't know, because maybe you reject Islam because you haven't found its teaching convincing, or
correct.
maybe you reject Islam anyway. Like there are.
I reject it because I'm convinced that it is false. I do not think it is true.
So if your rejection is based on that, then that verse, at least in my understanding, and I'm happy to be corrected, if your rejection is based only on that you haven't found the teachings convincing, then that verse will not be applied to you.
It would, because I'm a disbeliever among the people of the book.
Because in the Quranic context, a disbeliever is someone who rejects faith intentionally, like someone who closes his heart and say that even if God exists, even if like a religion is the truth, I will still reject that. So in the Quranic context, a disbeliever is such a person like that. No. For example, if we go to Sura 2, verse 6, it gives us the meaning of who is someone who rejects faith.
Now, Hamid, it's not just about people who, even if Islam is true, I'll reject it. No, it's whoever's rejecting Islam. Whoever rejects Islam, whoever rejects Muhammad as the prophet, that person among the people of the book, the Jews and Christians, that person is the worst of creatures. So everybody who is under that category falls. I fall under that category. I reject Islam. I reject Muhammad as a prophet. I reject Allah as the true God. I fall under one of those disbelievers among the people of the book.
So you think that that verse is what it says? That you think?
Yes, absolutely. I think the verse is what it says. That's I couldn't put it better myself.
Yeah. So I disagree because I tell you what I understood, but I also respect the way that you understood. So we have our disagreement on that verse. What else? What are the reason? What else is the reason that?
The Quran says in chapter 9, verse 30, it says that the Jews say that Ezra is the son of Allah. The Christians say that the Messiah is the son of Allah. That is their saying from their own mouths. They are imitating the disbelievers from before them. Allah's curse be upon them, for they are deluded from the truth. So I'm one of those Christians who say that the Messiah is the son of Allah. And so therefore, Allah's curse is upon me and I'm deluded. Do you agree with that?
The thing is, like, because Jai knows Arabic.
I taught him it. I taught him a little bit Arabic.
The Arabic word that is there is qatalahumullah, which literally means may God fight them.
Right.
Yeah, but I agree with you that in many translations it used the word curse. But the Arabic word doesn't mean curse because we have another word for the curse. But that is not a big deal. The thing is like this, that for example, when it says that the Jews say that Israel is the son of God, which we obviously know that no Jews say that. So that is something that I don't understand. I have to admit that. No Jews claims that, at least the Jews of today. If there were some other sects, I don't know, but let's be honest for the moment, that the Jews of today, they don't say such a thing. And when it comes to that the Christians say that Jesus is the Son of God, yeah, that's true. And then the verse goes on to say that you guys imitate
disbelievers.
Yeah, the sayings of the disbelievers of all time.
So it's calling me a disbeliever for saying this.
Here, like, is a little bit difficult to understand because...
Brother, it's super simple. Hamid, come on.
No. What I'm trying to say, Avery, is that I'm saying that you are completely aware that in other parts of the Quran, it speaks of Christians in a good way, for example.
Yeah, those are the ones who aren't doing what I'm doing. Those are the Christians who aren't calling Jesus the Son of God. They're believing Muhammad is probably a prophet and stuff like that. They're accepting, I'm not one of those. I'm one of the ones that the Quran calls a disbeliever who Allah fights against.
Yeah, so but the thing is that, like, for example, I struggle sometimes with these verses because
you're a good man.
How should I consider the Christians? Because are they my brothers and sisters in faith, or are they the people that I need to fight? Or
the Quran tells you.
Yeah. So this, what I'm trying to reach a point is that what is the solution? Like how to, because we have the Quran, we have always the Quran, and we will always have it. So it is something that we will never, the Quran will never disappear from the face of the earth. So it will always be. So my solution is how to come to a better approach.
I'll tell you
what
how.
Is the solution?
I'll tell you the solution again. There's only one way. There's only one way. And I'm not talking about apologetics from Chris Claus. Shout out to him. There's only one way, man. The only solution that there is to drop the Quran, become a true brother in the faith, accept Jesus for who he truly is, and we can truly be brothers and we can truly be united. Otherwise, if you want to unite with me, bro, which is, I hear your heart. I hear your mind. I hear you. You have a good heart, clearly. You want to unite with me, and I would love to unite with you, but your religion does not allow you to. You have to fight me, bro.
Avery, I want to be super honest with you guys. I really love you guys, so I don't need to say all
I believe it
in live. Yeah. So what
I
I'm
love
trying
you too, man.
You know, I always consider my Christian brothers and sisters in the same way that I love my Muslim brothers and sisters. So the thing is that, for example, if you don't consider me as your brother in faith, just because I don't have the same understanding of the Bible as you have, and in what way possible, for example, if I can, for the sake of unity, if I just come and pretend and say, I believe in Jesus as my Lord and Savior, but I am not convinced in my heart. So how that can be acceptable? Because
You can't.
we can deceive people, but we cannot deceive God. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
So here I came to your life as an honest man. I'm saying, hey, I am a Muslim. I am the one who believes the Quran to be the word of God, and I really believe that's in every word of the Quran to be the perfect word of the creator of the universe. So if you can see a way that we can be brothers and sisters in not only in humanity but in faith, what is the solution to that?
We can't. It's impossible. We can't be brothers in the faith. Like, and I'm saying this from both of our religions. Your religion does not allow you to be a brother in faith to me. My religion does not allow me to be a brother in faith to you. Both of our religions have two opposing absolute claims. Number one, like I just showed you, right? The Quran says that those who say the Messiah is the Son of God, Allah fights against them. They're deluded from the truth, right? So we can't be brothers in the faith if your God is fighting against me. And secondly, with my religion, it's very similar. Jesus says that unless you believe in the name of the Son of God, you're condemned already, right? So you don't have the same faith as me if you're denying the Son of God. Both can't be true at the same time, so we can't be brothers in the faith.
But what I'm thinking is that, for example, we all point to one creator. Do you agree? That, for example, when I pray, when I have hope, when I have wishes, so I call to the one creator. So if I don't use when I'm with my Christian friends, so I don't believe that using a specific word for God means a lot of things. Like, for example, Allah is just a word. So it is like not some people use it to dominate, but that is just a word, like, which means God. For example, in your faith, if you as a Christian, there is no door for me to be counted as one of your brother in your community.
Oh, sorry. Ask that again, or say that again.
In your faith, biblically, is there a way that you can include people such as myself or the Jews as your brothers, even if we have some small disagreement?
Not as brothers in the faith. The only way that you could be my brother in the faith, Hamid, is if you accept Christ as your Lord and Savior in your heart and believe that he rose again from the dead. Then we can be brothers in the faith, you know. Other than that, we can't. And I keep saying, your religion does not allow this. This is why I'm saying that you're a good man, Hamid, but a bad Muslim, which is a compliment. Don't get it. It's a compliment. You're a good man with a good heart. You seek unity. You seek peace. You love folk who disagree with you. I genuinely believe you love us. I genuinely believe that if you saw me on the street, that you would help me. I genuinely believe that if I reached out to you, it was like, hey man, my family is struggling and we need some food. I genuinely believe that you would reach out and do what you can, if you could. I believe that about you. You're a good person, but a bad Muslim, because as a Muslim, you're supposed to push me to the narrowest side of the gutter. As a Muslim, you're not even supposed to give me a peace greeting. As a Muslim, you're supposed to fight against me because I disbelieve in Muhammad as the final messenger and as and Allah as the true God, the God that's described in the Quran. So you seeking brotherhood with me is anti-Islamic. That's my point.
Because what I'm trying to get at is that, for example, right now we see a lot of conversation going on between Muslims and Christians. There are debates. Sometimes one side is very powerful, the other side is very weak in terms of arguments. So, like, for example, if one side in one debate cannot perform a little bit well, it doesn't mean that faith is completely wrong. So that is that person couldn't perform well. So my point is, like, why we cannot, like, because we are going to be role models for the godless societies. But if we fight with each other, if we hate each other, how can we, like, bring people back to God, especially in the Western world? How? For example,
let me answer it. It starts off with a false presupposition. The assumption that you're having is that Islam is not godless. If you don't have the true God, Hamid, then you are in you have a godless worldview. If you have a false God, then you don't have the true God and therefore have a godless religion. You know what I'm saying? And so I know you don't believe that. I know that obviously you believe you serve the true God. I believe you believe in the one true creator and stuff like that. But it's like this. Paul went to Athens, I think it was, in Acts chapter 17. And they had these statutes for these gods that they acknowledged. But there was a position that was empty, but it was labeled to the new God, or the unknown God, the unknown God. And so for this unknown God, Paul came and he told them who this was that they were aware of, but didn't know who he was, right? The unknown God, the true God. Told them to get rid of their idols. And here's the true God who created all of us, who calls all men to repentance. See, they believed that they believed in these gods and these idols and stuff like that, but they did not really truly believe in the true God. They were godless. They didn't know who the true God was. And so for us Christians, our message to Muslims is we know that you guys believe in a creator. We know that you believe that there is one God. You just have the wrong idea of who he is. You don't know the true God. And that's why we do this.
You know, if I confess with my mouth, because I've already believed, every Muslims who at least have read the Quran one time, they know. I can confess with my mouth that I believe in...
Oops. There you go. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
There you go. There you go, Hamid. You're back.
Yeah, thank you. So what I'm trying to say is this, that any Muslim who has read the Quran at least one time, they know that the Quran teaches that people, especially the people of the book, Muslim Jews and Christians, they worship the same God. So here I confess with my mouth that I believe in the God of the Bible.
But you don't.
I do. I say that Jehovah is my God.
Yeah, but you don't really believe that.
I do. How can I prove to you? I say with my mouth, I believe in my heart and I confess with my mouth. I believe in the God of the Bible.
So you believe in the Son of God?
In what sense?
You believe in the Son of God, that he is your Lord, who came in the flesh, died for your sins, rose again on the third day, and it's in him that you get your salvation?
Is it necessary to believe all those?
Yes.
So, but if that is necessary, that you can say that the Jews doesn't have a correct understanding of
You're
God.
absolutely right. That's the point. You're absolutely. That's what Jesus told them. Jesus told the Jews. He said, if you were to believe in Moses, you would believe me because he wrote about me. The Jews rejected Jesus. Not as a whole, but most of them. They rejected Jesus. They had a false understanding of God and the Messiah.
Very good. So now let me push you one step further.
Okay.
So if that is the criteria to believe in the one true God, then based on that, you have to say that not only Muslims are godless, but the Jews also who don't believe Jesus to be God.
Are
So we are in the
godless.
same category, yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Very good. So now there is no such thing as Abrahamic religion, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam.
No, what I'm saying is that Judaism, as we have it today, rabbinic Judaism,
Yeah.
and Islam are not Abrahamic religions. They do not
Okay.
have the Abrahamic faith.
Now things got very heated now. Yeah, because what I'm trying to get at is like that, for example, the Jews have their understanding of God, the Christians have their understanding of God, and Muslims have, but they all have a lot of things in common. Like if we just share those parts, and of course
I have a lot of things in common with an atheist too.
But when it comes to God, like we all believe in God, and we also believe in.
You are a theist. You do believe that God exists. So does a Jew. So does a Christian. But having the right God, the true God, who he truly is, that's what makes or breaks. You know, you can't have, like, you have people that believe in a God that exists and created everything, and they'll believe that God is a statue that they sacrifice virgins to. Right?
Yeah.
That's a godless religion, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
But they believe in God. They believe in the Creator, but they attribute that to a false idol who leads them into debauchery, sacrificing their children and their virgins and all this kind of stuff. It doesn't work.
Yeah, because the thing is like this, the reason that I'm arguing about this thing is this, that first of all, there's something personal that I want to achieve, is that at the end of the day, everybody seeks God, at least, if not all people, at least most people. And the second thing is that the Muslims community, unfortunately, nowadays, when they lose the debate, they get crazy and put the blames on us and call us like we are disgusting, or we have micro, like I don't want to use those words.
Yeah.
So that's why these things, imagine that these kind of people who have more than 1 million followers, and they are supposed to represent us.
Yeah.
And they use these words.
Yeah.
What's going on here? That's why I'm thinking sometimes that the people, as I said before, that sometimes in a debate, people lose the debate. People cannot perform. Like, instead of coming and say, hey, I had but unfortunately the thing didn't go well, he put the blame on us.
Yeah.
That we are the problem.
Yeah. That says a lot about the world of Dawa guys and their attitudes in these debates and these discussions. It's not for truth, it's for pride. It's not about understanding or clarity, it's about control. Trying to blame, now, as you said, the Muslims are blaming you guys, the Muslim people, the audience, for their shortcomings instead of being able to own up to their own mistakes. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. But it's the fruit of the religion, man.
So like and like we really struggle, like we don't know how to build, like I always try to build a good bridge, like that's I personally also like open to that, learn more and more about things, because obviously I don't know so much about Christianity, but I've been always open. I listened. But when supposedly our representatives is going to, like, just because they couldn't perform well in a debate, instead of admitting that, hey, the way that I planned or structured, it didn't go like that. It didn't go that way. And also, I don't know why they jump to debate a topic that they are not so familiar with that. And then they try to use words and misrepresent that. Is Jesus fully God, or is this like playing with words and trying to like make people's mind go around?
Yeah.
So what should this is the reason that I'm like sometimes come to your channel and ask you that what is the solution? What should we do?
The only solution is Jesus, man. The only solution is Jesus. He's the only answer, man. I promise you. I promise you, the only answer is Jesus. Hamid. And if you ever were to come and you ever were to really give Jesus a try, and you'll see that he's unlike anything that you've ever been told about, experienced. He is the only solution, and you will never look back. I promise you that. Keep studying, keep looking, keep watching, bro. Keep asking questions. You know I'm here. I'm an open book. You're invited anytime. So keep seeking, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. I don't want to take other people's time, so I just wanted him to have. And about the topic, if there are more than one Quran and those things, I'm not an expert on that. So
it's okay. We're about to bring the experts up right now.
I cannot argue about that. So thank you very much, Avery and Joy and David.
God bless you, Hamid.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Take care, brother.
Thank you, sir.
Thoughts, my brothers, on Hamid?
I remember him from IP Stream maybe a couple months back or so, and he seems like he's on this journey, and he just hasn't taken that step yet. You know, he hasn't like he's like almost out of Islam, I feel, but he's like hasn't really taken that step yet into repentance and faith in Jesus. And so there's some there's some history there. People want to go back and they want to see some developments as well, like this is what he used to think and this is what he thinks now. You can kind of see that, you can kind of track that with some of his previous discussions. But I would just encourage us all to keep him in prayers. You guys can tell that he seems I've always said this, he seems like a good guy. He seems very sincere. It's just he's just currently trying to hold these two things together. You can't hold Islam and you can't hold the Bible and the Quran at the same time. You can't do that, And so he's like struggling hard with that. And so we just pray for him. We love you, Hamid, and we hope that you come to the Lord, and we'll because that's the only way you're going to get these the feelings that he wants. I mean, it's not about feelings, but but you can tell the internal struggle he has. Like the only way to solve that is to come to the Lord, and that's also the truth too. So it's not just you're doing to fulfill your feelings so you can finally say what you want to say, but you can actually do that with confidence. Because Avery would bring, you brought him back to the Quran. You said, well, the Quran says this, and you can't actually say that in good. You can't be in good sitting in the Quran and say this, right? You can't. So this would kind of destroy that problem for him, and we just pray for the guy, pray for him.
And I think that's it's actually a pretty common view. You look over and you see Christians and Muslims arguing and stuff, and it's like, wait, why can't we get along better and not have people crashing out and melting down and stuff like that? Why can't we just get along? It's like, because your religion. It's great if you're not taking these things that your religion teaches too seriously. We wish no one took them seriously, but a lot of people do. And so
it's really that simple, guys. It's really that simple. You think that we hate Muslim people? We don't, man. We love you guys. We love you guys. This is why we put our lives on the line to reach you, because we love you. We care about you. Your religion is dangerous. Your religion teaches violence and hate. That's just what the religion is. We're not saying that's you guys as people, but it's what the religion teaches, and it bears the fruit of that in some of the members of the religion. So
there are a lot of false religions and false teachers, false prophets down through history, but I mean, Islam has the most obvious false prophet in history whose real job from the demonic forces that were guiding him was to just destroy the image of God. And if I hated you, I would just let you continue following him for the rest of your life, and I wouldn't say a word to you. That's what I would do if I hated you. Because that is the worst thing I could do.